Hi guys. I went to see my dad, and I don't know if I'm getting better at this, but I used to just go and see my dad for about 5 minutes, and then just leave. I felt so horrible, so sad. This time, so it's been 3 years now. Exactly today, this is his anniversary, and where do I turn around? Let's go there. This time I spoke to him in Sicilian, and it's like, you know, the talks that we used to have at home in Sicilian, you know. And I spoke to him and I spoke to my mum, because I'm thinking, if Dad is here, Mum is here as well. And yeah, I think it's, you can call it therapeutic, but yeah, I said, you know, you're the best dad in the world, and Mum is the best dad in the world for me. And you know, you're my real mum and dad. That dad, you know, the genetic one, and that mum, genetic one. Although they're blood, as they say. You guys, be quiet. They were my real. You were my real parents. You know, you brought me up, you cared for me. So I said I don't really care about them. They didn't care about me. That was towards the end, but I explained to my dad that I'm going through a divorce, and yeah, it didn't work out. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and yeah, so don't worry, I'm going to get a house and with a little bit of land, and then make a run or some kind of fenced area, so the dogs, I can train them properly, so they won't be so aggressive, because they're not used to other dogs or people, so I have to train them. Oh, actually, I'll go to the supermarket. I have to train them, and yeah, I said the kids are alright, my son is okay, my daughters, yeah, they're okay, and my daughter in London, I haven't seen her for 3 years, so I suppose she's okay. She's forgotten about me. She has her own life. Be quiet. 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 Be quiet. No. No. Shh. Shh. See, this is what I mean, and that's not acceptable. They're not just barking, they want to get at those dogs. I can see the way they act, and it's not good. So I mean, it's good if you like live in the middle of nowhere and you've got a pack of animals and you're worried that some gang might come, you know, at gunpoint or knife point or whatever, and you're afraid of that. You've got some formidable weapon. You've got basically a pack. I'm scared if they, you know, if they ever K-worded a human being, they would probably eat that human being as well. They wouldn't just kill, they would take them maybe 20 minutes or whatever. They wouldn't leave any bones left or anything. So, you know, definitely have to train them. their obedience has to go through the roof, as they say. But you know that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I'm going to have to change that law, that rule. They're not that old, but 3 years, you're too old already. No, don't worry, I'll learn them. I'll teach them. Come on. I'm letting you in because I can't turn in if I don't let you in. So I have to hide these beasts in the corner there where there's not many people. But they're not that bad with people. It's dogs. If they see another dog, then they go nuts. Why? I suppose because they're just not used to other dogs. They're used to people, but not dogs. The only dogs they see is their own family, their own pack. When they see something else, they think it's an alien. It's a giant spider with 4 legs. Yeah, so went to see Dad, and yeah, I was saying, how are you, Dad, wherever you are? It sounds like a stupid question, but I believe you're here somewhere. So I said to my dad, can you please guide me, please help me with my health and with my finances and with my life. Help me with my goals. Well, you don't know unless you ask, I suppose. My mum, I spoke to my mum as well, and it felt good. That's what I mean. It felt like I was, because the last time I spoke with my mum and dad was physically, and I spoke in Italian. So back in the 90s, the early noughties, the 2000s, until Mum passed away 2003, 2004, 2003 I think it was. I remember it was January the 16th in Sicily. Yeah, so yeah, you see, like, it's my dad's anniversary and my daughter in London doesn't even contact me. Like, if she's got any brain cells, she would know that, well, not brain cells, any heart cells, she would know that, like, I'm in pain now. It's a time where my granddad passed away, my father. She knows my problems. I was close to my dad. Some people are just, I don't know how they change. She was so nice as a child, and she got brainwashed by society. You know, men are shit. Men are, sorry to, I'm not saying that, but they think that. Society thinks that. Especially dinosaurs, like men who are white, straight white males. We're useless. And it's not only English straight white males, it's like Italian, French, Spanish, German. We're all the same. We're all fucking useless. They're all evil. Unless we bow down to wokery. Unless we take it up the exhaust. Bend down and take it up the exhaust. They don't like strong men. They want men to be weak. They want men to listen to them. When I say they, I mean, I don't know, the media, the society, this woke society. Yeah. So I don't even know if she's married yet. She might be married. She's married to with a Sikh guy. He seems like a nice guy, but I don't understand. You know, when she came to see my dad, she came with her boyfriend at the time, which is probably her husband by now, and keeps falling, this suction thing. And her husband to be and the husband or the boyfriend's brother. I thought, how comes? Why is this guy? I mean, I don't know him, but maybe they're close. And so when it came time, for the funeral, she came, of course, and her boyfriend came. Even though the boyfriend, my dad never knew him. I hardly know him, but I said, okay, if that's going to be your husband or whatever, fair enough. But then they all came, like, with the brother as well. I'm like, I don't know this guy. And so just to make my daughter happy, because she said she wanted the boyfriend to be the one of the people that holds the the coffin, and her brother as well. I thought, my dad never knew you. Why should you lift up this coffin? It should be the family. So I didn't hold the coffin. And neither did a cousin of mine, like my best cousin. Others, like the uncles, and then these two. So I did it just to make my daughter happy. And then, this is the way, like, she repays me afterwards, like, we're no one. We like, she tried to find out tried to get my dad's death certificate. When she went to see him at the, how do you call it? The, what's it called? The place where the parlour, the funeral parlour. And they, of course, they told me, because I was the one forking out all the money. So they're working for me. And they told me. And I said, oh, okay, all right then. And, anyway. Because basically he promised her some money a long time ago. Her mum told her, of course. And I didn't know nothing about this. They kept, they kept pushing me to find these papers, because basically it was some bonds or shares or whatever. And I didn't know where they were. I asked my dad, and he wouldn't know because he had dementia. Finally, I found these papers and I gave it to them. And I thought that would be the end of it. But that's it, After my dad passed away, after he passed away, like after 3 days, I was the S word. I wanted to end it all. She knew about it, and it's like, they don't care. And in life you have evil people. You have evil, but is there worse than evil? Yes, there is worse than evil. There are people who are evil who do bad things, and they hate you, for example. But then there's another level after that. The people who don't even care about you, they forget. Who is that person? I don't know. Like, they completely blank you, they ghost you. Like, you're no one. You're really no one, because they don't even know who you are. Oh, that person, oh yeah. Like my father. Not my genetic father, not the father that I went to see just now. He's a Spanish cunt. And he made my mum pregnant, it can happen. And when she sent him the photo in Spain, he said something like, oh, it doesn't look like me. So, okay, maybe, I don't know, maybe she was promiscuous or whatever, and he didn't trust her. But his brother, I spoke to him, his name is Daniele. He's, he apologized. He said, sorry the way my brother, treated you, like he never got in contact. So he basically realizes that I'm his brother's son. But apparently he's a chicken, because he got married to this Spanish woman. He had 2 daughters. And this woman is really strict. So he's under her thumb. Years ago I found out. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go and see my father in Spain and spit on his face. No, I wouldn't do that. I met my mother and I'm bloody disappointed. Well, she was disappointed in me. Oh, so many years he didn't work. You know, you should. Your mother and father did so much for you. Oh, you're telling me. You don't have to tell me. I know what they did for me. Well, you should work, you know. And I said, I've had depression, like, many years. I've had problems. Yeah, I know, but you should do something. You're fucking nagging me. Like, you weren't there, and then now you're fucking nagging me. And she kept going on about her black child, you know, like well, his father was from Ghana, and he looks like a black guy, like a light-skinned black guy, but black. And he's a nice guy. She kept going on about him. Oh my, I won't give you the name. My John, he's been so good. Constantly going on. It's like some kind of saint. And I was thinking, yeah, all right. Like, time out. You know, okay, he's a good boy. So what? You know. She decided to give me away. But she didn't decide to give her black son away. Oh, so that's where all this racism comes from. I understand everything. All those fucking switched on psychotherapists, psychoanalysts, you know. No, that's not the reason. That's not the reason why I talk. I speak out about certain things. Because growing up, I never knew that. I only found out when I was 28 that I was adopted. And I don't have any hate towards him. He's a nice guy. He's innocent. There's nothing to do with him. She had, from an English guy, she had a son and a daughter. Daughter passed away. And I went to her grave to see her when I found out I was adopted. The bloke ran away. I think it was on a ship or something. He just working on the ships, and then one day disappeared. Then she had me, like the result of sin, right? Because she's Catholic, right? So you can't have children out of wedlock. So the result of sin. Yeah, peccato, they say in Italian. The son of sin. So gave me away. But then afterwards, she had, well, after 2 years, I think, she had a son with a black guy, even though she wasn't married. So she got rid of me, and she kept her other kids. So there's rejection 101. I've got a daughter that 3 years, all she wants from me is money. It's sad, because she was so nice. Why didn't you try reaching out? I don't fucking understand. She's got her man now. She's got her man and her own family. You know? She doesn't need me. And she's made that clear. I remember once when they came to see my dad, they had some kind of van or something, and they were smoking these roll-ups. And I saw her. She looked gaunt. She looked like really slim, really dark. When she was going out with this Irish guy, she looked really white. And you kind of get the chi from the people that you're close to, because they're quite dark, and she's become dark. I don't know. Maybe she bleached herself in the past. I don't know. Or maybe she's put some suntanning lotion. I don't know. To make her more acceptable. So I was talking to my daughter, and you could see him. He put his hand on her hand and grabbed her tightly, as if like he didn't want her to be close to me or something. That was weird. I just know, you know, I've got fucking ADHD. I notice certain things, and I noticed that. Be quiet. Be quiet. And I noticed that. And I thought, okay. The only time that I see my daughter, and be quiet. The only time that I see my daughter in ages, and then he's grabbing hold of her like smoking the fag, and I don't know. Maybe there's nothing. Be quiet. Shh. Be quiet. Stop it. Timmy, down. Quiet. Shh. Stop it. Yeah, so those people thought I was talking to them when I said you should be quiet. You gave me a bad look until you realised the dogs were there. Irish. Soon I'm gonna get the word faking, but they realised I've got dogs here. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know how I got to that conversation about my daughter. I suppose, yeah, as you get older, you and if you get sicker and if you get poorer, people tend to you tend to lose people, don't you? And I suppose that's the way it is. You know, you have to earn. You have to jump through various loops and earn their affection. If I had money, if I paid for, I don't know, certain things for her, bought her a car, if I showed her love that way, then maybe she would still be around, you know. But anyway, her mum poisoned her brain and her grandmother poisoned her against me. And you know, like now, if I spoke to the mum, she would say, "Oh, you know, I was a bitch." Or she said that, you know, I was a B word. And sure, you know, you can be as not as really, really nice person. The damage is done. Like she's done her damage. There's nothing, you can't unscramble that egg. How can't you can't? That child's brain has been formed in the first few years of life, first 6 years or whatever, 8, 9, 10 years. That's it. No matter what I say, I've explained to her what her mum did. You know, I wasn't so bad. It doesn't matter. I'm always this evil person. Well, you're not evil, but you didn't do anything for me. What did I do for anybody else? It's not as if, like, I didn't do anything for her, but I did it for someone else. Well, you got married, didn't you? Yeah, I got married because she at least gave me something to go on, you know. That didn't turn out well as well. So, yeah, after, you know, people say, well, why didn't you try and look for your daughter? Well, it's not, why is it up to me to look for my daughter? Isn't it up to a daughter to respect her dad and, like, look for him and say, how are you, Dad? Or do I have to go and say, oh, how are you? Like, I'm fed up chasing people, fed up. And if you have to chase someone or people all the time, it kind of, like, you're the loser, you know. You're always, because you're the one that is always kind of bowing down to them and like seeking love, you know, seeking friendship, seeking their time. As my mum said to me a long time ago, and it's true, fate fare volere, which means let yourself be wanted. Don't chase anyone. Don't ever chase a woman or a man or whoever. Let that person want to be with you. So with my daughter, she doesn't want to call me. She doesn't want to be with me. So I'll leave her. You know, she's one of those people. I know, but she's my daughter. What can I do? If people don't want to be near you, like, you can't force anybody to love you. You can't force anybody to like you. It's horrible being lonely. And when I was squatting and talking to my mum and dad, it felt like back in the year 2000, like 25 years ago, when I had them in the house and we were talking together, and it reminded me of, that family, that nuclear family, that family unit, all of us together. For a second, it felt comfortable, safe, nice, but that saying, like, you don't realize what you have until you lose it. I fucking realize. That's why when I see families, when I see kids and the mum and dad, I send them good vibes. I pray they have that good family life for ages, for years and years and years. I pray that, or kind of send good vibes to them, like they have as happy as a relationship that I had with my parents, because not everyone has happy relationships with their parents. A lot of people might not. So I don't understand that, because I haven't experienced that, but try to have some empathy, try and understand, and that not everyone. Well, my genetic parents were horrible. They were more than horrible. They rejected me. One doesn't even give a shit if I'm alive or not, what I'm doing, and the other one doesn't contact me. So, yeah, there you go. But my real parents, I think, for me, are my adopted parents. Where the heart is, not those genetic ones, which, technically they are my parents, but that's where I came from. But they're not my real mum and dad. The ones that I cared about, and the ones that cared about me. Well, anyway, this video is dragging on. So this is how I'm feeling at the moment. And I don't know, you guys, what do you do when you've lost your parents? I think one of my subscribers said that if he loses his mum or his dad, he'll be screwed. He's completely alone. And yeah, that is how it is. You have to have maybe some kind of hobby. Talk to your parents, Like today when I spoke to my mum and dad, I said, don't worry, mum, dad, when I get the new house, I'm going to have like an altar there. Your picture and mum's picture. And have some candles there. Every time it's your birthday, one of your birthdays, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to make a cake, a little cake, and we could all eat it together. When it's Christmas and Easter, when it's Mother's Day, Father's Day, I'm going to buy a card and celebrate. Spend time with you in prayer. Because with my wife, I can't do these things because she doesn't really care, not like I care. And that makes sense, she cares about her parents, and only I have the memories that I have with my mother and father. Another person doesn't have those memories, and so your loss is not their loss, and their loss isn't yours. So these emotions are specific to us. They're not, people can't really understand. So maybe that's what you can do. You know, have photos of your mum and dad, and buy cards for them. Like, these are the things I used to do when my parents were around, when they were alive. So I'm just continuing to do this, and I feel it keeps me in contact with them. I used to buy really big Mother's Day cards for my mum. She used to really like it. I have to go. Yeah, so how do you guys cope when it comes, when your loved ones, when their anniversary comes round? I feel sad, but today I felt happy talking, actually physically, like talking to my dad out loud. There was no one around, but talking to him in Sicilian and talking to my mum, it felt really good. Well, not really good, but it felt good. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've got a terrible pain in my neck. I'll see you guys in another video. I don't know if you guys want to watch this, what I'm going to title this video, but I don't know. I'll see you guys.